the side and said to me, "Menala, Renee, you need to do more for your brother them. Who the fuck is you to come and tell me?" My mom's husband took me to the side to tell me that I don't do enough for my siblings. That's what he told me. And I turned him and I said to him, don't come to me and tell me I'm not doing enough for my siblings, because you are not my dad. You don't know what I do for my brothers. You don't know what I do for my sisters. So who are you to tell me? He goes, "Oh, I need to help my mum more. I need to help my mum more." You know what my mum was? My mum was standing not even 5 feet, 10 steps away from me, talking to the Wi-Fi people. She came up to me and she said to me, "Oh, Renee, the kids need Wi-Fi in the room." I said, "Mum, I'm not paying for it. You pay for it." For once in my life, I put my 2 feet down on the ground and took myself back and said, "You know what? I'm not gonna let my mum walk all over me. I'm not gonna let my mum make me do everything." There was a time where I was sending £100 to Kefash, £100 to my mum. There's three people's phone on one device, right? Do you know how much stuff I do for my family and you people, and she's gonna make me seem like I don't do anything? Like, that's why I said God's gonna punish you as my mum. Even though the Bible says I should honor my mother and honor my father in my days on this earth, the Bible also says, "Do not provoke your children." And every single time you provoke me, every single time you come on YouTube and talk about me like you're one of these girls that I beef with, you're just like my enemies. You are just like every person that don't like me. You don't have good intentions for me. When I was opening my shop, you was never there for me in the shop. My auntie Patricia was more to her mum than you was. And every single time I would vent to my auntie and say, "You know, my mum doesn't even come to help me out. You know, my mum don't even come to do this." It's like all you want to do is take from me. That's where me and my mum's relationship got fucked up, was in Jamaica the first time. You see, when I came back to the UK, my mum flinged out all my stuff out her room. My mum dashed out all my hair salon stuff. My mum cussed me. My mum called me a prostitute. My mum said I'm this. My mum said I'm that. You know why my mum said I'm this and that? Because she was sitting on the phone disrespecting my sister to her husband. My mum was sitting on the phone dogging out my sister Marisha to her husband. I'm so sorry to have to speak, but I'm speaking my truth and no one's going to hold my mouth no more. My mum sat down and she was dogging out my sister to her husband. And I heard her. So I walked in the room and I said, "Mum, how dare you talk about my sister like that to your man? That's not my sister's dad. Don't sit down with your husband and disrespect Marisha in her absence. You're wrong for that." And I said to my mum, whatever my sister Marisha does that you may not like as a mother, she has a father in England. You pick up that phone and you talk to her dad about what she's doing that you don't like, but you don't sit down on the phone with your husband and dog out your child. And she does it every single time. My mum does it all the time. My mum will talk about her kids to that man. And you expect us to like that man when he has a fucking disrespectful mouth? Do you know how many times I've helped that man? And when I was in Jamaica, like I remember I told you that, he was outside of my auntie's house and he took me to the side and told me I don't do enough for my child. Mum, I'm not going to cry. I'm living my truth, baby girl. You don't like the fact that I'm just like you, but even worse. Don't play with me, sweetheart. You understand? Don't act like you're the most perfect mum in this world. You are not the perfect mum. I'm grateful for what you have done for me in my life, but you're not going to think you can keep doing this to me. I'm sick of it now. I've had enough, right? So he took me to the side and he said, "Oh, you don't do enough for your mom. You don't do enough for your brothers. You need to help sorry, there's a wasp in the house." He took me to the side and he said, and I said, "Guineas, who the fuck?" Me and him had a little argument. He turned around and he said, "Oh, when you're dead, mega piss pan your grave, mega shit pan your grave." So I turned around and I said to him, "When you die, I'm gonna piss on your grave. To God who made me." Did I not come on the internet and say this a couple months ago? My story has never switched up. My story has never switched up. I turned around and I said to my mum, "You know your husband said that when I die, I said to my mum, "You know your husband said that when I die, he's gonna shit on my grave." I joke him, I met Renee. He don't mean nothing. Don't sit there and tell me it's a joke. I have fixed that man's car twice. That man has asked me for £500 and I have fixed that man's car twice. You understand what I'm saying? When my YouTube check was going into my mum's account, she sent that man £500 twice because I gave permission. You're going to sit here and make it seem like I'm a bad person and I'm tired of people doing this to me. I'm tired of people coming on the internet and making it seem like I'm some corrupt. I might have dirty ways. I might have ways about me that people don't like. But don't try and make it seem like my heart's not good. Do not do that. You've asked me for money for your husband multiple times and I've given it and I never said no. You understand what I'm saying? Every time I had to go to Jamaica, I bought clothes for my siblings. I bought clothes for them. You lot can see in my vlogs how many times I've gone to Sports Direct and I bought clothes for them. How much she bagged me up in the Sports Direct saying, pick up clothes for your brother then, pick up clothes for your brother then. But I'm lying, right? You don't like the fact that the internet has really seen the truth, mum. That's why you want to do a YouTube video. Every time you come on YouTube and you talk about me, just like the bloggers, just like Shadebar, just like everybody else, you're just like everybody else. You are just like everybody else. Do you know what hurts me to my core? Is when I got back from Jamaica and she dashed my things out of her room and she called me a prostitute because I told her what was right from wrong. I was defending my sister Marisha in her absence. I sat down and I heard my mum dog out my sister to this man about she don't take care of her child. And one thing about me, two things for sure, I love Marisha to death and I love my sister Sanisha to death. I do anything for those girls. We're sisters, we fight, we cuss, but at the end of the day, they are my sisters. You understand what I'm saying? I will move mountain for them. So when I heard her disrespecting my sister to that man on the phone, which is her husband, I turned her and I said to my mum, you don't do us to have a relationship with her husband because what I said was right and she didn't like it. I'm supposed to be living my best life as a teenager. You said I was never going to be something. You said, oh, I was never going to be a YouTuber. When I turned around and I said to you that I was going to be a YouTuber, you laughed in my face. And look at me, I put all of you lot on. I gave you a platform, and now all you do is talk about your kid on there. I've done so much for my family that I forget about myself. You understand? Why does that bother you so much? You want me to sit in Portmore every single day, itch up behind them. You want me to sit in Portmore and give everything to those boys. You want me to, it's like you